So since this 10.01, which is in binary code, means 10 o'clock, I think that we can start. Okay, I'm Luca di Persio, and I'm very pleased to introduce you Professor Paolo Daycra. And maybe
hello, everyone.
I leave the word to Paolo. If Paolo, you would like to say something more?
Yeah, maybe. Well, first of all, welcome everyone to this meeting. Of course, it is a pleasure to see a good number of you interested in this new program.
There will be some possibility to perform internships within the master degree.
Okay, this is one of the key points, I think. Okay, so I think that the choice has been that the internship is not mandatory, okay, but is going to be very much encouraged. So it is, in my experience, students in data science do internships at various times. For example, I know that in many data science programs, many students do some summer internships after the first year. So if you want suggestions and about that, we will be, I mean, ready to give you indications on that. But certainly the main internship is going to be at the second semester of the second year, typically. And so in that case, the master thesis will be based on internships. And this is something that is extremely useful because you're going to see what the world of the work of a data scientist is in different in various environments. And I think, and correct me, Luca, if I'm not right, I think that we are really ready to propose you very good high-level internships. We have contacted many firms, companies, banks, and so we have very good contacts with the real world to offer you the opportunity of very high-level internships for this program.
Assume that we will have news about the new ordinance on the 31st of July, about the situation about following the lessons in class. How are we preparing for it?
That's a very delicate and relevant question. And so far, the indication of this university for the teaching of the first semester is that for the master degrees, the courses will be at least partially in classroom, okay?
Okay.
So with the students. But with the guarantee, so we have to provide video of all lectures and post them. Okay. So for people that do not want or cannot really participate to the live lectures, they will have the videos available. Okay, that's something that we have to provide. And actually the university is working a lot for making all classroom with the right technology, I mean, for doing that properly. But certainly so our attitude is that as much as we can, we want to meet students. So to have lectures in classroom.
Yeah, okay.
Especially labs. So, and this is consistent with the indications of the university. So for the, for the bachelor, for the 3 years degrees, this is not going to be possible, but for the master degree, the indication of the university is that we should guarantee at least, maybe not all
yeah, I can imagine.
not all lectures, because that's depend on the availabilities. So the point, as you can imagine, we have a limited number of big rooms, and so we have to respect, certain distances between people, and so everything. I'm pretty sure that is going to be done. I mean, properly with all guarantees of safety. But as I said, our attitude is to offer live lectures as much as we can.
Another question about a more technical issue, like the exams, and how should we choose them? I mean, there's so far there are just 4 exams mandatory for now, while all the other ones are not mandatory. So maybe we will have a driving courses to follow, or we will choose everything in freedom.
I mean, during the first year, especially during the first semester, there will be 3 main courses which are mandatory. Then you have some sets of exams that you can choose within, with respect to, let's say, from more quantitative to more business-oriented ones. And so the idea is to give you the opportunity to construct your, let's say, your master degree according to 2 main paths, which are exactly the data science and scientist and the data analyst one. So you have a certain degree of freedom. To be honest, you have a lot of freedom, in fact, apart from the mandatory exams which characterize the first year. And one of these exams, just to make some advertise to our main expertise, is the one in probability for data science, which is a 12 credits exam, and it is also tools as to give you the main ideas, main instruments, not only with respect to the classical probability theory, but with respect to the notions in probability that are really fundamental within the framework of the data science in general. Because I can assure that now I'm putting the art of entrepreneur, since I have a spin-off which is related to data science. I can assure that to solve real concrete problems that come from real-world scenarios, some of the main fundamental instruments related to probability theory are really necessary. So you can, what I'm saying is that you can expect to become a good data analyst or better data scientist without mastering at least the fundamental topics in probability, because most of the problems you will be asked to solve are related to forecast problems. So since you have to forecast, to imagine something with respect to the future behavior of a certain phenomena, based your intuition on what has happened in the past, you have to master instruments that relates past with future, and this is exactly what probability can do for you. So this is why the exam of probability has been told to be one of the mandatory ones. Paolo, if you want to add something.
Yeah, as a general remark again, of course, in the path, in the program that we have designed, there are indications. You should choose at least one course for a certain area, one course from the business area, for example, and things like that. So these indications, as Luca said, leave a lot of freedom, a good amount of freedom, especially compared to other master degrees. The point is that my general suggestion is if you are, of course, typically a student can read the titles of the courses, can even read the syllabus, but not necessarily can by himself have the right ideas of what are the topics or how the topics are related with topics of other courses. So as a general remark, is a good idea that students talk to some professors. For example, with Luca or myself, when they have uncertainties about the constructions of their plan. And so it's very useful to talk also with the professors, because there may be, we have set up rules and criteria, but there is always something, my experience is that very often students have very good ideas, better than the ones that we had. So they can identify the paths that are very interesting and that fit their desires, and this can be, I mean, if this is accepted by the faculty, then a certain study plan can be really performed by the student. So in general, when you have ideas or you don't have ideas about your study plan, talk with us or with other professors, with other colleagues of the faculty. It is very useful in general.
I have a question about class management, like it's online or offline, because about the situation COVID. The same in my country, there are a lot of problems, restrictions, and I don't think they allow like travel. They restrict everything. That reason I want to ask, like, it's possible, like it's our class going online, like use online platform, or it's like mandatory to go, like we'll go to Italy.
For foreign students, this is very relevant. The point is that we have to post on some online platforms all our lectures. This is a dogma in the whole University of Verona. So you can be totally confident that all lectures are going to be online. Of course, presumably many of the lectures will also be live in classroom, but certainly there will also be, video. They will be recorded, video recorded, and everything will be online. So this is exactly for the reason that you mentioned, to allow students that do not have the possibility of coming to Verona to attend all lectures anyway. Okay. So that's, 100% guarantees that all lectures are going to be available online.
The question is about our links with possible industrial partners for internships. As Paolo said before, this is a key point. You are not obliged, but if you want, you are encouraged in some sense to make internships within the second year, probably second semester of the second year of the master degree. And in fact, we have a lot of links with industrial partners. And to be honest, this was a trigger point for all the master degree path, because we have learned a lot from these industrial partners, and they asked for this kind of master degree because not only in Italy the records for people experts in data analysis, data science, etc., are very searched by a lot of different industries, spanning from let's say utilities one to financial, related to mathematical finance, to real industry. I mean, those who are used to work with machinery for, and they of course they are searching for people experts in fault detection, predictive maintenance, and electricity partners which are interested in methods to forecast production and consumption of electrical power, also coming from renewable sources. So there is a continuous, I can say, interplay with these industrial partners. So yes, the answer is definitely yes, a big yes.
Maybe we should add that in the YouTube page that you have already mentioned, there are few short presentations made by some of these partners. What we plan to do regularly, of course, now with this partial lockdown is not that easy, is to invite our partners to make presentation and to suggest what kind of internships are offered. And but if this may be difficult for the first year to do it live, we will try to do it online. So we are still asking our partners to provide us some videos in which they present themselves, and so in the YouTube page that is going to be updated regularly, there are and will appear presentations of partners. I mean, suggesting what kind of internship activities will be offered.
I noticed that there are a lot of courses in the online page of the master that has a red triangle near them. So it's meaning that they are not starting next year. My question is that there is a possibility that we can choose them for the second year.
Okay, as you can see, if you put your let's say mouse on the red triangle, there is an explanation which says that these courses is not irrigated in this academic year, meaning that these are for the second academic year, because the info with respect to the academic year on each row of the related courses is related to 2020, 2021, which is the first year, no?
Okay.
Since we are about to start. So these courses in particular will be for the second year.
All courses will be activated, but of course not all in this first year, because this is a new degree, so only the first year of the degree is activated this fall. That's the only fact. And the courses that will not be activated typically are first semester courses. So they are designed to be offered in the first semester of the second year. And, you know, it would be actually impossible for students to take them in the first semester of the first year, where all the credits are mandatory, essentially. So that's in a sense natural. I mean, that's a red triangle only indicates that these courses will be activated in the appropriate moment. So next academic year, next fall, in the fall of 2021.
Concerning this thing, for example, I don't have a certification, but I would like to apply for the CLA of Verona, but I don't know how. I mean, should I write an email to CLA and then they will answer me with all the instructions, or what should I do to do the certification before the enrollment?
To the best of our knowledge, you can enroll yourself, and you can take your P2 certificate. Let's say you have to take it within the first days of December. So I think that you, the idea to write to CLA in order to understand how to obtain this certificate as fast as possible is a good idea, for sure.
Yeah, I think this is going to be, sorry to interrupt you, a rather general problem. So because I think the point is whether our so CLA is the University Center for Languages, and so I think the question is whether this center is going to offer the possibility of obtaining within the university this certificate. And so when and so with which procedure. And I don't know, I have the feeling that this may be a question of rather general interest. And so I want to stress one fact. This rule about the B2 certificate is a brand new rule that has been imposed to us. So from a ministry, comes from the ministry. So I think that one appropriate thing is that maybe we try to collect some information from the CLA. Luca, what do you say? And maybe we try to post somewhere some information about that. So of course, I mean, to the person that asked the question, you are free to write to the CLA and to ask directly questions. But I have the feeling that we also should collect some information about the possibility of obtaining the certificate within the University of Verona.
I'm going to have my graduation in October, November. Can I still enroll for this course for data science?
You can do it, in fact. The answer is yes, you can do it. The deadline with respect to the completion of the bachelor path is during the first month of the incoming academic year. So we are speaking about maybe February 2021. so you should be well in time. Also, concerning this point, we are going to state precisely this deadline.
For the requirements, you wrote down on the page that you are going to verify, for example, the subjects.
This is just in the case we are in doubt concerning the total amount of credits you have owned during your bachelor with respect to the, let's say, didactical classes we underlined in the document you mentioned. So if you are in doubt concerning the fact that your preparation is sufficient to be enrolled in the master degree, then we ask for an interview.
For Italian students, there is a list of degrees for which admission is automatic, but also, for example, for many people with a degree in engineering, even though these degrees are not listed, I think in our short list, typically, I mean, the number of credits of in topics like math, computer science, economics is typically well above the requirement.
I had a question about the difference between a data analyst and a data scientist. There are two figures you're talking about frequently, but I don't really know the difference.
So in a very simple way, I can say that data analyst is more involved when data first came within your, let's say, company. So you receive this large amount of data, not necessarily big data, but a lot. And you have to clean the data, find what are the, let's say, outliers, none, so null data. You have to organize the data to create some relationship between them. And of course, in order to do this, you have also to master the programs that allow to to do this automatically. Because otherwise you are in real big trouble concerning the time required by this operation. This is not just, let's say, a sort of low-level operational task, because in doing this, in most of the cases, you are able to give to, for example, to the data scientist ideas, hints concerning the relations between data, which are very important when you have to to discover possible links between data that apparently are not related between each other, and this make a lot of difference when the model will be taught and developed by the data scientist team. And in fact, data scientist is the figure which is more involved in the development of the model itself. And when I say model, this doesn't always mean that you have to use machine learning techniques or neural network methods, but in most of the cases, you are also required to use methods that come from, let's say, classical probability, inferential statistics, like, I don't know, GAR, charge, ARIMA, SARIMA methods, and so on. And also to have the competencies to blend this method together. I mean, to create ensembles which are part constituted by inferential statistical methods and part constituted by, for example, some neural network architecture. And of course, within a real-world scenario, these two kind of figures, data analysts and data scientists, in most of the cases work really near to each other because there is a continuous interaction, a feedback between these two figures in order to develop the what could be the most effective method. So the difference is it's not so let's say so net. In most of the cases, a real data analysts work in strict contact with data scientists in order to fuel the method developed by the data scientists, and the data scientists on the contrary continually ask to the data analyst more to retrieve, to provide more info from the scratch data that comes from outside.
While I'm at it, I can ask can I ask another question about maybe the differentiation as I was talking about earlier about the courses to be chosen. Maybe there will be a path like that underlines that we are becoming data scientists or data analysts. Maybe there will be courses, like mandatory courses to become a data analyst, while maybe there will be some courses mandatory if we want to become data scientists, or the two aspects are completely intertwined in a way.
From my point of view, at least, there are not mandatory courses. There are maybe courses that I can suggest if you would construct for yourself a specific path, let's say, which is more near to the data analyst instead of the data scientist figure. For example, if you want to create for your own particular expertise in data analysis, the course, let's say, mining massive data sets, which is one of the two that you can pick up in the technical area, is strongly suggested. And the same for the course in business analytics with respect to the set of courses in the business area, or big data epistemology within the social area. While if you want to build for your own more related expertise in data science, I can suggest you statistical learning or, for example, statistical methods for business intelligence within the business area, or, for example, social research if you want to take something within the social area. So apart from the real mandatory courses, which are the four core courses, so probability for data science, programming databases, business organization and management, and ethics and law for data protection, the other ones are you can choose them very in a very flexible way. So our idea, in fact, is to suggest you, respecting your, let's say, your ideas, your aims and scopes, what are the courses that will optimize your chance of success. but yeah, you are not obliged to do this or that.
This is a new program, and as any new program is new, so there is no much experience about it. There are going to be aspects of the program that maybe will not work as properly as we can imagine. But you can trust us about, I mean, this is going to be a good program, a program of very good quality. I really believe that. And when a new program starts, the contributions, also the criticism from students is very much appreciated. So we hope that for all of you that we are registered into this program, there will be, you know, a lot of exchange of ideas of what is going well, what is going not so well. And this is really very, very important. So from this moment on, please feel free to make comments, to ask questions, and because this is really the spirit of this.
So we trust in your ideas and doubts and comments. So please ask. Don't be shy.
Okay.
Thanks a lot for your attention, your participation.
Okay, goodbye everyone.